You too. Good morning, almost good afternoon. Welcome to OGMarv Whispers. I'm your host, OGMarv. If anybody's in here looking at this live, I want to welcome you and thank you for watching. Anybody that watches this video later, I want to thank you for watching that too. I want to say something about being devastated by an event in your life, especially when it's done by a person that you trust, a person who's supposed to be family with you, things of that nature. I'm more upset with myself than I am that person. I'm equally as upset with that person. Don't get me wrong, but I'm upset with myself that I didn't see this coming because I've been around long enough, to know. I mean, some certain signs, but sometimes people don't always, adhere to status quo on, what signs are and what signs aren't, and what they're telling you or what they're not telling you. It's not easy sometimes to discern what's right from what's wrong, or uh, the fact that this person may have a character flaw in that they can hurt you and not really give a fuck. That's a tough thing to swallow. When somebody close to you, somebody you trusted, somebody that you know ignored all the warning signs and all the advice that outside people that look at him could see that you couldn't see because you were in love with that person. Love does blind people to certain things. So that's true. Love is blind. That's absolutely the honest to God truth. When you love somebody and you trust them, you trust that they're gonna, do the right thing by you. And you can't do that. You cannot just trust that like that anymore. People are very good at being shady. People are very good at being assholes. People are very good at being somebody that you just damn well ought to know better than to fucking trust. Simple as that. My life was devastated a couple of years ago. I guess people that have been following me around for the last couple of years know that I was inadvertently, for lack of a better word, I was inadvertently fucked up by a person who was just out there just being fucking sex crazy and just basically fucking her ass off. But that's who she really was. Had no idea that. Had I known that, there's no way in the fucking hell I'd have gave her the time of goddamn day. Looking back on it now, yeah, I got two beautiful children out of it. The kids are great. She is a bitch, gonna always be a bitch. As far as I'm concerned, her name is bitch. That's what I call her, bitch. When I refer to her as that bitch. Because that's what she is. It's who she is. She's a bitch. Make no mistake. There's no mistake about this. This motherfucker is a straight up bitch, not to be trusted. And that them kind of people in my estimation are the worst people in the world because when you give your trust to somebody, you're letting them into a certain aspect and part of your life that you don't normally share with anyone. If you're going to share it with somebody, it has to be somebody who is what you think they are in terms of being trustworthy, honest, and upfront. Unfortunately for me, this bitch was not trustworthy or upfront or none of that. She was a dirty motherfucker. Okay, son. She's an asshole by every letter in the word. Asshole. I'll never forgive her or forget her. My life's been consummated, devastated by the events that she chose me through for no reason other than just for a piece of fucking dick. I mean, that's all it was. And the nigga had enough of that pussy, he turned and walked away. I wish I had turned and walked away. But had I done that, I'd have saved a whole lot of money. I'd have saved a whole lot of tears. I'd have saved a whole lot of pain. I wouldn't be going through some of the bullshit I still go through. Well, she's apologized to me, but it's too late. Do that. Think like that before you commit the act. Before you fuck somebody's life up. Before you take action that's gonna devastate somebody. Think about it first from their point of view. not just yours. You have to remember that you're dealing with a human being. You're dealing with a person who has feelings. I'm a very sensitive man, for as men go. I understand that. So I take into account the fact that I'm overly sensitive, more so than most men. Even given that, you know, given that being the case, it still is here it is, what, almost 2 years going on. We're going into the third year now. I'm just as devastated and fucked up in the head today as I was when it first happened and I found out about it. Cheating on somebody is the worst fucking thing you can do to another person short of taking their life. Let me repeat that again, because some of you people don't fucking get it. Cheating on someone is devastating. It's the most devastating, most disrespectful thing you can do to another human being short of taking their life. I will never be the Marvin that I used to be before she pulled that bullshit on. Fuck her and a nigga that she laid up in my bed with. That's what I feel about it. And if I had my way, and if I have any kind of extra celestial powers or anything, I wish the worst for her. I wish that she fucking die and rot in fucking hell for the rest of her eternal life. I just gotta be honest. Fuck being taking a high road. Yeah, I forgive her, but I ain't gonna never forget that shit. I'm never gonna forget that it was okay in her fucking brain to fuck me up and fuck me over and fuck up my head and put me in the position that I'm in today. I'm gonna be in this position for the rest of my life. Things are never gonna be what they were to me once. People will never be what they were to me once. Nothing will ever be as it was, ever, for me. The innocence and the childlike spirit that I had, that I was able to maintain for the last 60 some years, is gone. I don't trust nobody. I don't. I love as much as I can. I'm with Mary. I love Mary, and I appreciate what Mary does. And for me, because if it wasn't for Mary, I'd be a stark raving lunatic right about now, and have every right to be that. You cannot go around devastating somebody's life and thinking that it's okay to do that. I need to do something really amateur here for a second, but bear with me. Okay, sorry about that. That's a little bit of administrative homework I should did before I started the video. But anyway, I'm not a professional. I'm not getting paid for this, so it really doesn't matter. Point of the matter is, this whole channel thing came about because out of my need to talk and get my feelings out there. Talking to one stranger, like as in a psychologist or psychiatrist or whatever, whatever I'd be able to get, doesn't do the same thing for me as this does. And this has a lot more kick to it as far as I'm concerned. Because it's going to be out there. These kids are going to know what their mother did. When they get old enough to understand, I don't want them to hate her, but I do want them to let her know at some point that wasn't cool, huh? That wasn't cool at all. Some of you may not agree with what I'm doing, and that's fine. Because I'm not really doing this for you. I do this for me. This is something that I'm doing for Marvin. This is the way Marvin handles being devastated. This event with her was the most devastating event I have ever had in my entire life. I've never been devastated any worse. Look, I've had hot coffee thrown on me to the point where I had third-degree burns down half my chest and my left arm. Even that pales in comparison to this event that I'm speaking of. You've been with somebody for 12, 13, 14 years and up. To leave them, it shouldn't even be on the fucking table. That shouldn't even be out there to be had at all. That shouldn't even be a consideration that nobody has to deal with at that point. Anything after 10 years, I just feel like you have a right to a certain amount of expectation of continuance. Continuance is what we all thrive on, believe it or not. Nobody thinks about these things, including me. I didn't think about it either until after, I had an event happen to me that was so devastating to me that caused me to create this channel. This kind of thing would have been better and more enjoyable if it had been created out of something positive instead of something negative. But be that as it may, like I said, I'm not doing this for you. And if you're listening, I appreciate you listening. I appreciate you watching my channel for a few minutes. I do appreciate all that. I don't want nobody to think that I'm unappreciative of anything that I get in life. But nevertheless, this was a devastating thing that happened to me. Think about it. Here's somebody that you trust, think that you call yourself in love with. They're supposed to be in love with you, but they're sleeping with another person. Because whether you're male or female, there's another person in your bed doing the things that you should be doing with the person you should be doing them with. That's a problem. That's a big problem. No, I'm not going to probably die from this. I came close because I got sick off of this for a while. But something within me said no. That's letting her win. You do that, you letting her win. You letting her beat you. There's no way in the hell I'm gonna let that bitch me at anything. Okay? Nothing. And I mean that, nothing. I thought that, and I'm gonna come clean on this. I thought that bringing somebody in the house, doing what I do with them, would make me feel better. At least I did something. The truth of the matter is, it didn't make me feel better. It didn't make me feel worse. It did make me feel better in a way because I know I didn't just sit there and let this shit happen and didn't do nothing about it. I did something about it, trust me. And it was well deserved, and it couldn't happen to a better person than to that bitch. Under normal circumstances, I don't believe in that eye for an eye, tooth for tooth thing. I'm not really down with that. But in this instance, it had to be done. I'm not going to out because I brought a couple of people to the house and did what I did with them in our bed. When she sees this, she'll probably get pissed off. I don't give a fuck. I give about as much of a fuck about that as she gave about it when she did it, when there was no reason to. At least I had reason. She had no reason to do none of that fucked up shit she did to me. None. Do I sound like I'm angry? I am angry. I'm goddamn angry at that motherfucker. And that's the reason why I made this goddamn video. Because you people out there that are watching this need to stop and think about what you're doing to somebody else, how it's going to affect their life. What culmination of events is going to make their life any better from having gone through that. Now, Mary was out here a while ago. We weren't really talking about this subject, but we were talking about something else. And Mary was saying to me, Marvin, God has already planned out your life and where it's going to go. To a certain degree, I think she's probably right. So, and then my question to God is, well, then what in the hell did I do to deserve this shit? Nobody deserves this. Nobody. I don't give a fuck who it is. Nobody deserves to have to go through this kind of bullshit and go through what I've been going through for the last 2.5 years. I don't smile as much. I don't laugh as much. Life's not as jovial to me as it used to be. Never will be. I'm fucked up for the rest of my life. I got such another. Even if I went to a psychologist or a trained professional, yeah, they'll give me some, some textbook solution to the problem. But that I got sense enough to know that whatever solution comes up or out of that is only going to be temporary too, because how I feel is going to stay the same regardless. And the fact that I had to go through this shit in and of itself is a trip to me. So again, my question to God is, what the hell did I do to deserve this shit? Nobody deserves this under any circumstance. Nobody should have to go through hell in order to, facilitate life. I look at everything that I look at now is tainted. I'm seeing it through glasses that probably aren't as true as should be, but I can't help it because now I feel differently about people. I feel differently about life. I feel differently about damn near every aspect of life. There's not too much of anything that about me that hasn't been affected by what happened to me. I know some of y'all sitting out there going, "Oh man, get over it. You get over it. I ain't getting over shit." And whenever I do get over it, if I ever get over it, it'll be on my time, not yours or nobody else's. I have every right to do that, and I'm going to exercise that right. I love the two children I had to that person. I love them to death. But again, what the mothers don't fucking understand is when you go out there and be a whore on your man, or if you would have another bitch, being a whore on her, that's fucked up of you. Because that person's trusting you. And when you decide that you're going to be in a relationship with someone, you know that there's trust that comes with that. So for anybody to just take and take that lightly and feel like they have the right to just do whatever the hell you want to do to that other person, that's not right. It's not right. No, you don't have the right to do it. Nobody has the right to devastate anybody. You're not God. You're not even karma. You're a human being that all think like one and act like one. You got kids, you're a mom or you're a dad. One of the reasons that lady's walking around breathing right now is because I have children with her. If I was to put a contract out on her or kill her myself, which I'm not capable of doing, I still got to answer those kids. What do I say to them? That's going to make them feel any better about me if I do some stupid shit like that. There's nothing I can say to them that would make that any better. Therefore, I don't do it. Simple. If it doesn't make sense and you can't rationalize it, it should not be done. Simple as that. Nobody's holding a gun to nobody's head and telling them, yeah, you got to go out here and fuck up this person's life. No, you don't have to go out there and fuck up nobody's life. Why didn't she just leave and stay the fuck gone and just leave? I'd bet rather she did that than to do the shit she did and disrespect me the way she did. I have to live the rest of my life knowing this motherfucking ghetto bitch didn't respect me. The last motherfucking person in the world to feel like they have a right to disrespect anybody is this motherfucking bitch. I will go to my grave hating the ground she walks on and the air that bitch breathes. Nothing about her is nice or anything. Because like when we first broke up and shit, I was still kind of, trying to take care of her, bring her a little weed, and, bring her something, and she asked me for a couple of dollars, I give it to her. I don't do none of that shit for her no more. None. I wouldn't give that bitch a fucking glass of water if she's out in the desert dying from parchment. She'd die. She had to depend on me to do anything for her. Because the thanks that she gave me for doing what I've done so far for her was to fuck me in my ass, bring some other nigga in my house, fuck him in our bed, and fuck him in our house, and just generally disrespect me. I'm sitting in a jail cell, and this bitch takes advantage of the fact that I can't get out and protect myself to go and bring some other nigga in our house and fuck him in our bed and sleep with him all fucking night, get up and cook breakfast for him out of money that I'm sure some kind of way I paid for some of that shit with my own money. Did she give a fuck? Because this bitch ain't got no job. Anything she's doing, any dime she spends is money that's generated from me and for my kids. Does she give a fuck about that? This bitch has no class, no fucking boundaries, no nothing. She don't give a fuck whose money she spends, how she gets the money, or any other damn thing. Only thing she cares about is what she needs done at the time. That's a sad realization in a lot of ways. I'm simply fucked up for the rest of my life. I'm gonna always have to live with this fact that somebody did that shit to me and thought it was okay. No, it wasn't okay. Just because I'm not out there beating your ass or making you scared of me doesn't mean it's okay to fuck me around and just going about your business like nothing happened. A lot happened. You changed my motherfucking life. Not for the better, for the worse. Now I'm not that happy-go-lucky Marvin I used to be. I'll never be that person again. I'll go through the rest of my life with this cloud hanging over my head until you're dead or I'm dead. That's the way I feel about that, people. Anybody that's watching this, I appreciate you watching. I hope you like and subscribe, or not like and subscribe. Just subscribe. I can use the viewers. Like I say, I'm not getting paid for any of this. I do this because it's therapeutic for me. You know, right now it makes me feel a little better because I'm not just laying down letting this bitch roll over me like a fucking tar roll steamroller. I did what I could to protect myself and fight back to some degree, and that makes me feel better. Once again, I want to thank anybody that was in here watching. I saw a couple of people were in here earlier. I guess the subject matter I was speaking of was very interesting to them, and that's going to happen sometimes. I'm not going to always talk about something that's interesting or earth-shaking. Although I think today's conversation was kind of, if nothing else, it was enlightening. It's something on your mind that make you think. You got to watch who you fucking around with. You got to watch who you pal around with. You got to watch who you fuck. All pussy's not good pussy. Let me say that again. All pussy's not good pussy. I'm saying that for my benefit. Some pussy will kill you or make you wish you were dead. Once again, thank you for watching. This is OGMarv. I'm your host. I hope the next time I decide to make a video, you'll come watch it too. Hopefully I'll be in a better mood next time. But for this time, take care of yourselves and each other. Have each other's back. Don't stab each other's back. Good night.